Let's start with the news of the day. Ben Simmons, we got his medical update. He has that nerve impingement, and he'll be reevaluated. We'll know more in a week. Just what's your reaction to hearing this update on Ben Simmons?
I think it's a little disappointing, certainly for the Nets. You know, with Ben, they're a top 5, top 6 team in transition, which is what they've wanted to do with him. Get rebounds, push the pace, get open shots to their perimeter shooters that they have. For Ben, though, I think without him now, you're going to see a slower pace with Spencer Dinwiddie kind of controlling things in the half court. They're going to have to manufacture points with Cam Johnson, with Cam Thomas out. He's been a microwave scorer and a guy that I think is the front runner right now for most improved player. So difficult to see for Ben. He's been rebounding the ball well. I think the only thing that was missing from his game was attacking the rim a little bit more and shooting a little bit more in the paint. I don't know if that was because of the impingement or not, but hopefully when he comes back, he'll be able to incorporate that fully healthy in a week plus from now, whenever that may be.
We'll know a little bit more about Ben coming up in a matter of a couple of days, but when it comes to this Nets team, you talked about what they've had to deal with throughout this season. They've had a lot of guys in and out of the rotation, and Jacque Vaughn has had to deal with that. What's your overall assessment of what the Nets have done on this court, though?
I think overall they've been mostly competitive in every game, which is what you want from this team. Overall, when you look at the year, I think they're trying to find out who's really going to be a part of this core going forward. And I think one guy that has answered the bell and really improved most on this team would be Cam Thomas, as I touched on earlier. He's become more consistent, and when I talk to scouts and executives around the league, they say the biggest development in his game is he's getting to the foul line more. And, you know, for the rest of the team, we're learning kind of if Mikal Bridges is a number 1 go-to guy or if he's a number 1 or 2 on a team that's going to be an upper echelon team in the East. And Nick Claxton's a guy they're going to have to figure out, too. This is a guy that could potentially be worth $20 million in free agency. We saw what Jared Allen got previously, a former Net. I think he's of that same ilk, and many executives around the league are enamored with his shot blocking, and I think we've seen him grow as a free throw shooter, become more consistent, working with Coach Ryan Forehand Kelly diligently before games. So right now I think the Nets are, maybe they want to win an extra game or two certainly at the end, but overall I think consistency wise they're essentially where they want to be right now, Meg.
Now a couple of things that you didn't talk about is the bench. I mean, Lonnie Walker IV has been tremendous. We've seen Dennis Smith Jr. coming out here as well. What has surprised you about how the bench play and what Jacque Vaughn and them have put together?
Well, I think with Lonnie Walker, I think you can argue that he's been one of the best value signings for the league on a veteran minimum contract, making the most of his time, essentially filling the Cam Thomas role as the go-to scorer off the bench when Cam has been out. Dennis Smith has redefined his career a little bit. This is a guy that came in with comparisons to to Russell Westbrook when he first came out of college from NC State, but now he's been a guy that's matured and become a really good defensive on-the-ball defender. It's earned him minutes in Charlotte previously and now here as well. For the rest of the bench, I think it's also been good to see Day'Ron Sharpe get some minutes as well. When he's able to stay out of foul trouble, he's shown an ability to rebound well for them, which I think they are going to need. Because previously in the past, when Nick Claxton has gone out, there's been a gaping hole for the Nets. They need Day'Ron Sharpe to be more consistent going forward if this team is going to take that next step looking ahead as the season progresses, Meg.
I got to ask you about tonight's game because we're standing on a very, very special court. It's an in-season tournament game tonight. Nets hopefully can get a win against the Orlando Magic, but for you, this is the first time we've gotten to experience the in-season tournament. What's been your first reaction to how the games have played out so far?
Anytime there's money on the line, guys are going to step up a little bit more. And I think especially for the younger guys on the team, you know, there's certainly veteran guys like Spencer Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, who just got paid this offseason that have made significant money. But for the younger teammates, Spencer's talked about it at Shoot Around with you and Yes Network in Boston, that to get those younger guys some extra money would help. And I think it's added a more competitive flavor. If you look at the in-season tournament games across the league, they've been more competitive, which was the goal originally coming into the season. So from that aspect, it's been fun. I think the court behind us is certainly a win. I wouldn't say the same for Chicago's, but I like this one so far, Meg.
Well, and there's a trip on to Vegas on the line. Really quickly, I got to ask you about bigger picture around the NBA because there's been a lot of movement going into the season. Is there a team that has more to prove right now?
More to prove. Well, I think the team that has the most to prove right now and the most expectations is the Los Angeles Clippers, quite frankly. They were already all in on trying to win a championship around Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Now you supplement that with James Harden, who we know well from our time here, but It hasn't gone to plan. I think he's struggled a little bit to adjust off the ball for the first time since he was in Oklahoma City Thunder. You're talking over a decade ago, Meghan. And for them, and for James in particular, he wanted to go home to L.A. He felt that that was the best chance to compete for a championship. And thus far, it hasn't materialized yet. But I do think once they get more continuity, they'll figure it out. In this league, talent generally wins. So I think they have the most to prove right now, Meg, early on in the season.